what's up, guys? Welcome to English Football Club Barcelona, your Barcelona channel in English. Well, tomorrow we have a match to play, and there are some news and some comments that today Koeman said during the press conference. So, without more delay, let's start. Well, first thing, one of the things he was asked about, it was this incident. People, when Koeman left the Camp Nou the other day playing against Real Madrid, people started to hitting his car. He said that even some people got on the car or onto the car. I don't understand this kind of behavior from some people. We can be angry at Koeman, we can be disappointed at him, or however you want, but what you shouldn't do is what you see here: hitting his car, insulting him on his face. Actually, here I don't think we've ever insulted Koeman. We've tried to be objective. We've tried to use the data we have to explain our position. I personally don't like Koeman as a coach. As a defender, etc., he was great. But as a coach, for me, because what I've seen during all his experience is that as a coach, he's not really that good. So, but I cannot go to Koeman and say, hey, I don't know what they said, but recording him, etc. He didn't want to he said it's not a big deal, but from here we condemn this kind of attitudes that the people, I understand that's because of the disappointment, but we have to respect, or we have to have manners, and to try to control ourselves sometimes. And it was not the right moment. I think you can say something, but you shouldn't, as people, record. That's how, for example, when I saw people recording Messi or Griezmann when they left the Camp Nou, so I understand they are public figures, they are public people, that we have to give them their privacy. And when you record Messi's car or Messi inside the car, for me that's not, it's a bit. Anyway, let's talk about football. He talked about many things. For example, one of them, it was the injuries. For example, Dembélé, Araujo, Pedri. Actually, Dembélé trained yesterday with the team, and it seems that he's going to be. Well, later we will see the list for the match, but he's going to be in. He's in the list. I can tell you now, but. Now we cannot say it's the problem of the injuries players. I mean, every team has them. Every team have injury players, and it affects somehow the performance of the team, of course. But you cannot excuse yourself saying it's because of these players. Because against Minima de Kiev, we have almost all the players. We had Ansu Fati, we had Memphis, we had the players that he wanted. Actually, Luke de Jong. But we didn't do a great match. And against Real Madrid, barely, more or less the same, no? So it's very easy to say, oh, it's because we don't have the players. But when we have the players, what are we going to say? Oh, it's because we don't have Messi. Well, there are teams who didn't have Messi already, like Simeone said some days ago. So, well, it's all right. It's a good excuse. Also, he talked about Dembélé. He said that maybe he's not going to play. Actually, I don't know. I read an article today interesting about the topic, and the article is that the measures that Barcelona may carry out, like not letting Dembélé play until he renews with the team, it's a bit drastic, especially with the problems that we have in this moment. And they are saying that even though let's see what Koeman does, because in real, even though Koeman always says no, I'm easy, I have no problem. I don't think the team is going to fire me today. He knows that he's going to be all the time there, like we are going to fire him, we are not going to. So they said, well, let's see if Koeman really used Dembélé to play to save himself. And then the article said, well, what you can do is during this month that more or less start to be important, because if you lose the first matches, it's not a big deal. But if you're starting losing the matches in this moment, that may have a problem, an incident on the rest of the season. So it will be better to use Dembélé in this moment until December. And if he didn't renew yet, then from January, if you cannot sell him, then don't let him play. I think it could be an interesting strategy for Barcelona, because as a extreme, we don't have any other player as a wing like him. I mean, because also he talked about Yousuf Demir. If you've seen the other videos we talked about Barcelona, we've remarked many times that what's going on with Yousuf Demir. I read this morning too that it seems that his performance is not. I'm sorry for the bird if you hear it. His performance is not as well as at the beginning. That he lost some balls at the beginning, then he lost confidence, and then he started to play more easily when we need more depth in the system. No, so that's why he stopped playing. Actually, Barcelona is reconsidering to buy him because the option of buying him is is mandatory if he plays more than 45 minutes, and he didn't play them yet. So let's see. But it seems that until this moment, Barcelona will not get Demir, which I think Barcelona did a mistake with him. They could let him stay with the second team, with Barcelona B performing, with playing, because and now if we need him, we can get him to play with Barcelona with the first team. And why I say this? Because as Koeman said, and many coaches and whoever you ask, they will say, you need the players, the young players especially, to play, to learn, to keep learning. Because it's not that when you are 18, you finish, learn, you know everything, and then you are an adult. No, the life, we can put a music like a kind of a wise word, somewhat wise words. Well, no, life, it's a process of learning anyway. So even if you stop playing, even if you are grown, you're 18, 19, you keep learning. No? Anyway, sadly, Demir will not play tomorrow for sure. Maybe he gets some minutes. I don't think so, but probably. And the same for Riqui Puig. Riqui Puig is in the same situation. And actually, he was asked, and he said, Riqui Puig, he knows that he has a lot of competence. We are trying the best for him and for the team, but he's learning and he's improving. Well, I don't see well, that's what it's happening, because he doesn't have minutes at all. So, and that's quite sad. And well, he talked about many things. For example, talked about Depay, that he said that we know where is the problem. We are improving him. He has auto-criticism. That's what Koeman should have to. And he knows how to improve that. So it's going to be solved. I don't know. He didn't score for long. So hope his magic and everything that he showed at the beginning keep going. And also about Ansu Fati, he said that probably not sure they are going to decide tomorrow, but he has some problems yet about when Alba fell on his knee. The good news is that it's the good knee, so it won't be important. No? Well, and then actually he talked about many things. For example, that some players are injured and he cannot take the decision because it's the doctors who talk about that. But well. Anyway, tomorrow we play against Rayo Vallecano in Madrid. I feel that normally it's quite hard. I mean, we normally win, but it's a team that the fans are quite like to go and to cheer the team, and the atmosphere is quite somehow intimidating. So let's see how the match is. But this is the squad list. We have Ter Stegen, Dest, Piqué, Sergio Busquets, Riqui Puig, Memphis, Depay, Ansu Fati, Demir, Neto, Coutinho, Lenglet, Luc de Jong, Jordi, Alba, I'm not seeing Dembele there, so probably he's not going to be. I thought he's going to be there, but well, anyway. Mingueza, Umtiti, Eric Garcia, Inaki Pena, Nico, Gavi, and Balde. So if you ask me which one I think it's going to be the starting 11, let's see. For me, if I'm not wrong, I think Koeman is going to use more or less the same system as the other day against Real Madrid in the second half. So we are going to have Ter Stegen on the goal, then as defenders, Piqué and Eric Garcia. I think they perform properly. Araujo is not there, and I think Koeman with Lenglet and Umtiti, he doesn't count at all. So then Jordi Alba at the left and and Dest at the right. I think he's going to leave this option of having Dest as a wing, but we will see. That depends on how this if Ansu Fati can play or not. Then as midfielders, as we don't have Frenkie de Jong, some people said it's going to be Ricky Puig. I don't think so. I don't think Koeman is going to take to risk his life as a coach putting on Ricky Puig at all. If he didn't trust at the beginning, he's not going to trust him now. So it's going to be Busquets, Gavi, and then Coutinho. I think he's going to play with Coutinho, really. And then at the forward, we will have Ansu Fati. I think if he can play, he will put him. If not, probably this will change. But if they change, I will tell you now. Ansu Fati, then at the right, Depay, and at the end, we will have Kun Agüero. Agüero scored the other day 1 goal. I think he is. I think, as I know Koeman, or as far as I know Koeman, that means just from what I read and what I see, he will put Kun Agüero to give him the chance to keep scoring goals, because if he scored 1 against Real Madrid, probably he will have more. If Ansu Fati is injured, probably Kun Agüero will not play. And this is going to, I'm talking seriously. So Dest won't be as a defender, he will be as a wing. Depay will be at the left, Luke de Jong as a striker, and then we will have at the right defender, Mingueza. If we play with that system, God, please no, probably we will have many problems to win tomorrow. But let's see tomorrow. Tomorrow the match is at 7 p.m. Spanish time. So if you're in Thailand, it will be 12 a.m. I think. So enjoy the match if you watch it. And that's all I had to talk about today. So hope you enjoyed the video and see you in the next one. Have a nice day.